If you made a New Year's resolution and you're struggling to stick to it, Kimball Taylor is here with 5 tips to help you stay motivated. Welcome, Kimball. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. So you're a physical therapist and you have many different or several locations of physical.
Right.
And you have these tips because this time of year, everyone is, I think, really struggling to get on that wagon of wanting to be motivated, but maybe having made resolutions that they can't stick to. But you have some really important tips for people who really want to get motivated and keep those resolutions, right? So let's start off with tip 1 right off the bat.
Right. So one of the most important things is to make specific goals. So specific goals, one of my mentors says, if you don't know where you're going, then you're already there.
I love that.
And so we like to recommend doing SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're relevant, and they're time-based. So give yourself a deadline. If you give yourself a deadline, you're more likely to be able to achieve that goal. So the number 2, we like to talk about finding the root of your why, right?
Okay.
So you might have a reason, but you want to find out what's the root behind that reason. In the physical therapy clinic, we talk all the time. I love to make goals with patients where we don't just make a goal about their flexibility, but we might make a goal about they want to be able to get on the floor and play with their grandkids, or they want to be able to go on a trip. And so we make that the goal that we focus on. We don't focus on the strength or the flexibility,
I
right?
love that because it really humanizes it and it really tailors it individually to people. Like you said, your goal is just to be able to get down there and play with your grandchildren. That's
right.
amazing.
Yeah, make it unique for the person.
Absolutely. So what about 3?
So number 3 is about having an accountability partner.
Okay.
So an accountability partner is just somebody that you report to on a weekly basis. There was a study out of Michigan State that said that 76% of the people who actually reported their success to an accountability partner, they were able to do their goals and achieve their goals better.
That's huge, having someone that kind of keeps you on track, because sometimes it's hard to just be self-motivated. So having someone that knows kind of your goals that you've spoken and articulated it to, I can see why that would be, a good thing to kind of keep you on track. Absolutely.
Right.
4.
Right, number 4 is get your annual checkups with your doctor, with your dentist, with your optometrist, and even a physical therapist. We think it's an important idea. But if you can identify the weaknesses that you may have now, then they won't turn into big problems later. We want to find them when they're small and fix those things so they don't turn into big problems later.
Very smart. So it doesn't snowball,
Right.
It's more manageable early on. Okay, tip number 5.
Tip number 5 was just to, once you've identified those weaknesses, you want to make sure you get the help that you need. Sometimes you may be the expert in that field, but if you're not the expert, then find some supplemental help where you can talk to an expert, talk to, a lot of times it may be a physical therapist, it may be another doctor, another specialist who has a plan to overcome those problems.
I love that because sometimes these problems feel bigger than ourselves, so why not go to the experts for advice?
Right,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about yourself and physical. You guys have locations, multiple locations. Tell us where people can go for more information.
Yeah, so we have locations, we have 10 locations all across the Wasatch Front. And they can go to FYZICAL.com. That's FYZICAL. We spell it kind of funny. Easy to remember, easy to find when you search it. But yeah, that's our favorite thing to do is work with patients that may have trouble and help them achieve those goals and see them. That's what's rewarding for us.
Absolutely. I can only imagine. That's so great. You guys offer so many resources. Kimball, we so appreciate you coming in here. Thank you so much.